It's happening.
Boom! Want to know how to read tarot cards for yourself and a collective read for the community? If you've been here before, make sure to have your cards ready when we get to that time when you pull a card for yourself.
It's like bingo, but with tarot. You're going to love it. So
Tingo.
The tingo, okay. That's a new term. Shenanigans abound.
So for those of you who are just getting to know us and our shenanigans,
I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
I'm Zen Rose Garden.
.com, home of Zen Ed Academy.
Well, let's get to reading tarot cards for yourself today for your self-care, because that's what this is about. We want to help you guys stay on track. So have your tarot or your oracle cards ready. And while you are pulling your card, this is when you shuffle, think about what you want to know, shuffle them right now. But while you're pulling your card, I will tell you my philosophy. I'm telling you this every day because it's so important right now. Self-reliance.
Boom.
If you give someone a fish.
Teach a fish to man.
Oh. No, that's not exactly how it goes. I've got this vision of like fish heads from the 80s. So if you give someone a fish...
That's talking heads.
No, it's not.
Talking fish heads.
See, you just like bogarted my whole speech. So if you give someone a fish, they will always be asking you to buy them sushi. But if you teach a person to fish, you will always have friends who know how to make sushi, and your dinners will be way bougier.
Time to go. Which tarot card fits your day today? If you've got your cards, drop it in the comments. If you don't, pick one out of the imaginary tarot deck in your head and drop that in the comments. Just think fast, go with your first impulse, drop it like it's hot.
And tell us what you think it means to you. First impulse.
Yes.
And we're going to drop some insight after we do the collective read in a moment. But just drop it, tell us what you think it means to you. We'll give you a little hit on it. And we are big on teaching self-reliance so that you can be more confident with your intuition instead of scrolling through your Facebook feed, frantically searching for the next free tarot card reader. You know, we want you to be self-reliant.
When it goes down, 5 of Cups.
Okay.
All right. So, Cheryl, what does that mean for you today? And then Nima says, I got 10 of Swords. Just let go of shit and relax.
Because there's a death, you can't stop it.
The collective part of the day about our energy as a global community right now.
So here's what I pulled today, and I think it's more esoteric today. Like we've had cards pulled throughout this whole last 10 days about a lot of practical things, but I feel like this cards I pulled today are a little bit more esoteric and a little bit more, all of them seem to have been aligning, but the first one was the King of Pentacles upright. And I feel like this is telling us that we need to access some of our masculine energy. But the King of Pentacles is maturity when it comes to making things from the earth. The King of Pentacles is about, he knows how to use his resources. He knows how to like take things from the earth and create something out of it. And because a lot of people are realigning their thoughts about their business and their what they're going to do, because the Pentacles is about how you going to take care of yourself, right? While the Wands might be about, I want to create this dream, this desire, the King of Pentacles is like, it's time to put the rubber to the road and be practical about what you are creating and really be innovative and make it happen. So it's thinking in different ways, because the King of Pentacles is like, he's the boss. To me, he's like, the King of Pentacles to me is like the gangster mob boss of the whole tarot deck. He's just like, I know how to, he's the business king. Another thing that I love about the King of Pentacles is that the King of Pentacles in the upright position is really about taking care of his tribe. And the Queen of Pentacles is like, I want to take care of my people. I want to give them nice things. And I love giving things to people, creating opportunities. So the King of Pentacles is sort of like that. He's sort of like, I'm going to take care of my people and make them more comfortable. Where the King of Swords is like, I'm going to take care of my people, but who do I have to kill? Right? So two different energies. The King of Pentacles is going to take you to dinner, take care of you, buy you some groceries, get some roses. The King of Swords is just like, I'll just kill your enemies and we'll be fine.
And I'll bury him. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
If you don't know the meanings by heart, fantastic. Just go with your first impulse. Go with whatever comes to your mind. Enoch says, the Hierophant. Oof. Healing some shadow shit from the FOO, Foo, Bar, family of origin.
The Hierophant, it's interesting because I love the Hierophant because it can be so dualistic, right? It can be about the letter of the law, right? And these are the rules that you follow. And if you follow these rules, they're going to keep you safe and all that. So there's a little bit of that Hierophant energy in our world right now. Like we have these kind of rules about our health that we really need to follow, right? But the Hierophant can also become rigid. Like these are the rules you have to obey, even though, well, if we change the rules, it's kind of an outdated rule. We should like update it. So it kind of depends on where the Hierophant shows up for you.
Right.
So it can kind of be both.
And for him, it's healing family and work, healing those root issues.
I think for you, absolutely.
Yeah. And Cian says, the card says, your guidance is divinely guided. I'm not going to call out your cards, but I'm kind of thinking that's a cop-out. To me, it just, your guidance is divinely guided.
Well, no, I think that's... Explain a little bit more.
Well, that's what the card says. That's what it says on the card. That's why I'm like,
says.
It wasn't her intuition on it. It was the card. So,
what do you think?
Does that trigger for you? What does that bring up for you? What does that inspire in you? When you see those words, when you see that card, when you see the picture of the card, whatever it is, what comes up in your mind aside from what it says on the card?
Yeah, from your heart and your intuition.
Because that's also how we are. When we start reading cards, one of the first ways that we start to read cards is intuitively.
Yeah.
Based on whatever comes in, and intuitive card reading, by the way, is a way for you to use any kind of card, whether it's a playing card, whether it is an oracle deck, whether it is a tarot card, whether it is any card across sugar packets, I don't care what it is, it becomes a tool for you to access your own intuition using a tool or a prop or something that triggers that part inside of you that already knows what you need, what you're going through, the best insight for you in that moment. And that's why we've got so many things that come up in life that seem like they are divinely guided. But it's also that part yes, it's probably divinely guided, but it's also that part inside of your subconscious mind that works at 400 billion bits per second, processing all of the information that your conscious mind cannot process that rapidly. So there you go.
We were at IHOP.
Yes.
And I was like, I can read you from these tarot, from these different sugar packets, because you know how they have the little sugar packets like equal and what all the different. And so I like had him shuffle like 3 sugar packets, and I did a past, present, future read with the 3 sugar packets, and I'm like, he's like, that's really cool. I'm like, you can really read from almost anything.
Yeah.
You know, there's flower readings and Native American rock readings and so many things. The tarot has a really specific story to it. But when you first start learning tarot, you really are learning intuitively.
Yes.
But once you learn the deep, deep meanings of the cards, boom, it expands like crazy. And I find that most people kind of stop at the intuitive level and don't get farther. The qualifying card that I pulled out, which is the reverse High Priestess. What that qualifies the King of Pentacles.
Yes.
So the reverse High Priestess is kind of telling you to be cautious and use your discernment when people are telling you to do things.
Discernification.
Right, because the High Priestess upright is kind of like, she's the high and holy card of the whole tarot, right? She's like ultimate supreme wisdom. She's very, very deep. There's, you know, I could talk for like hours about her because she's super complex, but reversed is kind of like maybe a shady person that is spouting some bullshit to you, you know, like, and saying that is spiritual. So for instance, it could be like a new age, not there's anything wrong with new age, but someone that's like channeling some weird mystic thing and you're like, that sounds like a lot of bullshit, but they're seeming like
they have this hidden wisdom
right.
that you don't know about, and they're trying to keep it mystical so you don't know about it. But really,
overly mystical that can't really explain what they're telling you. Okay,
so if you can't explain it, you don't know it well enough.
Right, so it could be like someone who's very mystical but puts on the airs of being very mystical. Like, right. I'm so mystical you can't possibly understand what I'm saying to you. You mere mortal. So that would be the High Priestess reverse. So what is this calling us to do? I think it's kind of funny because it's sort of a practical.
Watch out for the BS advice that you're seeing and check your sources.
Right, it's like access this.
Do some research before you jump onto any bandwagon.
But I take that for what it means to our collective energy. But I mean, this is our collective energy, and just take that for what it means to you. Because I think it can apply to all of us as we're kind of opening into a new cycle.
Right.
And a lot of people are exploring different parts of their old beliefs their spiritual systems. So it's listen to your heart and your intuition.
And if you guys want to drop your intuitive read on what this means for the collective, for the group energy as a whole, by all means, drop it in the comments.
So I know there's a few more cards I want to look at that you guys dropped. Whoever got the Five of Cups, I always think of that as the breakup card. You're sort of at that place between where you've been and when you're going. It's like you can't, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here card. It's like you're looking at the choices, the lessons you want to take with you from this relationship or this past experience, and you're taking the good lessons with you, and you're leaving the ones that just didn't work out. So it's that pause between moving forward and moving and moving. So.
Well, and
it's a place of contemplation. But
probably a good time to get in touch with yourself and build that relationship before anything else. So Cheryl says, talking about the read of the cards that we pulled, for the group, she says, I think it means we should collectively be working to raise the consciousness of the muggles and finding a way to create abundance through it.
That's beautiful, because that brings another aspect to the reverse high priestess, which is like, how many muggles look at the stuff we do as just wackadoodle, right? Because some of us honestly come off like that.
Right. We want to take a quick moment to tell you about our online community where our Zen heads hang out and where we, as of a couple of years ago, teach all of our courses.
Our ZRG Tarot tribe too, that's kind of their home. But our Zen Ed Academy community evolved from our love of teaching in-person workshops here in Las Vegas for over 10 years, and then wanting to create something more meaningful, because we are so extra, than just a one-off Kumbaya weekend intro on how to make a sage bundle. I am really proud to say that we have essentially created a fully operational healing center that fits in the palm of your hand. And not just overnight. We've been working on this for years, improving and finessing it, and we continue improving it all the time, which means we got you and you can get what you need. With an opportunity to get into our online metaphysical school, to access not just one class, but over 16 now, and growing seriously deep PhD-backed classes to binge on to your heart's content.
Boom, boom. Not just one-off pop-up classes that are gone when they're done. Which irritates me.
Well, like learn to make a crystal grid or stuff you can just grab for free on Google or YouTube, but meaningful courses with information you can't find on Google or YouTube, plus all the lifetime replays. And right now we are teaching our very big comprehensive tarot course.
It's probably going to take a while to roll out, but it's very detailed, very in-depth. So check that out in the description. I also dropped it in the comments.
Smile and laugh and exercise your mind and hug yourself.
Yes. Breathe,
do something calming, practice allowance for the people in your space if they're getting on your last nerve, and have faith.
What are you saying?
Nothing. And have faith, hope, and optimism, because it is good for your brain. Get that cortisol to back the frick up. Okay.
Back it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Back it up. Since you guys have watched this far, be sure to check out the goodies that we've got for you. We've got a link in the description below. If you liked this video,
hit that like button.
If you want to see more videos like this,
be sure to subscribe.
And spank the bell.
So you're the first to know
when we drop a new video
or go live.
And
I'm about to open this wine right now. Just saying. It's happening.
And now it's time to check out these videos. This one over here and over here.
We love you guys.
Over here.
Well, David's doing strange things. We love you. Right. We will see you tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will catch you on the flip side while we pop open this bottle of wine. Love it.
I need help.